How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm going to be talking to you about some of my Criterion Collection Blu Rays. For those of you who don't know, the Criterion Collection puts out DVDs and Blu Rays with the goal of preserving them as good as they possibly can. They use the best picture and sound and really good extras they make for their movies. And also, now these are normally kind of expensive, average, they go for about 40 bucks. A lot of these, not this one, but the other three that are in this video, I picked up at Barnes & Noble. November, they actually had a 50% off Criterion Collection sale, and I believe this sale happens every year, and I'm not sure, but I think there's also one in July, so I'm definitely going to be saving up money and hitting that even harder. And because these are Criterion Collections and the movies are so good, I'm only doing 4 this time, so I can talk a little bit more about each movie. And there will definitely be a Volume 2 and hopefully more, but more might have to be a while until that sale comes back in July. But anyway, I'm going to start off with The Killing. This is a very early Stanley Kubrick film. I think it was only like his second or third. And yeah, 1956. This film, it's about a plot to pull an elaborate heist at a racetrack. So this is film noir. It's horse races. And if you open it up, you get this this disc art here with the little drawing of a horseshoe. Not just is it horse races, but you'll know that it's important to the plot later. Inside, there's a booklet with a little dust kicked up and The Killing. And a little bit of tables and contents there. Kubrick's Clockwork by Hayden Guest. Marie Windsor on the making of The Killing, about the transfer, and actually has a paper copy of the credits and information on the chapters. But these books are always pretty thick and really a nice extra reading. Behind these, you got the target test, the little things you shoot at. Really nice designs. This one, early Kubrick film noir, he actually kind of colors within the lines more than he would do later. Later Kubrick, he can do whatever the heck he wants. This is early Kubrick, and it's more of a standard film and not quite what he would be known for later with these big epic pieces, but it's really cool to see kind of where he came from. Really good film noir, characters are developed really well, and the plot is really tight and very, very good. I like film noir, but I'm not the biggest film noir nerd, but if you are, definitely pick up The Killing, or if you're at all interested in Kubrick, I'm trying to go through and watch all his movies, and this one was really good. Up next, we got Sisters from Brian De Palma. This is another one of his early works, 1973. Oh, I almost forgot. Criterion Collection, he's supposed to show people the spine numbers. Everyone loves the spine numbers. The Killing is spine 575, and Sisters is spine 89. So with Criterion Collections, they all have a unique spine number, and that's the order that these were put out. So some people sort them by order, but each one has their own unique number. So this one actually came out a lot earlier than The Killing. Sisters is a De Palma film. It's kind of what your standard Criterion Collection looks like disc-wise, the big C. And then there's your booklet there. And again, like I said with Criterion, big, thick booklets. This booklet, yeah, Psycho Thriller Quescasa by Carrie Rickey, Interview with De Palma, Murder by Moog, scoring the the chill about the transfer casting credits. Really good booklet there too. But anyway, this one, oh yeah, the back art. This one's about these conjoined twins who were separated, and it becomes this really Hitchcockian thriller. Obviously, you have, you know, the one that is the nice one, and the one that's not so nice. And of course, crime happens, and really the first half feels so Hitchcockian. That Brian De Palma director trope of the half screen, you know, where you see one thing over here, one thing over here, it is used perfectly in this movie. You also saw that in Carrie, which I think he did shortly thereafter this one. The half screen shot sequence in this is amazing. The ending, they kind of go about introducing this plot element in a weird way, and it could be tighter, but still very good movie. And actually, I'd seen Carrie and Scarface and probably a few other De Palmas, but after seeing this one, it really made me want to go and start collecting De Palma films, and I picked up a few more since. So even though I did have a little criticism about the ending, it did get me to collect De Palma films, so that really should say that it's a good movie. Up next, we have Eyes Without a Face, also known as Les Yeux sans Visage in French. It's a French horror movie, black and white, from 1960, and because it's Criterion, the spine is number 260. So Eyes Without a Face, I either have or am about to. I'm doing a whole review for this one by itself. It's very good. It's a classic. Kind of hard to find outside of Criterion. And then there's the inside. You get your standard Criterion C shape there, but with this nice kind of elegant but splattered, which is a great way to kind of sum up the film itself. But there's the title and the booklet. Again, really thick here. Appearances to the Contrary by Patrick McGarth. The Unreal Reality by David Clott. And so, in Eyes Without a Face, a brilliant surgeon has a car wreck, and his daughter's face gets all messed up, and he vows to fix her face and do a facial transplant. Now, the way he's going about this is very, very evil, kidnapping people and whatnot. And the daughter, while she does want her face back, is kind of aware that there's things going on out there that are very bad, very elegant, yet horrific. Old-timey France and crisp, clean black and white. You know what I was saying earlier, black and white on Blu-ray looks so good. It's so crisp. And I'm going to stick this in here. Now, the full review for that is either on my channel or it's about to be, but I did record it already. Very good movie. Loved it. Up next, we actually have a big one. Look at that, the box. This is Vampire by Carl Theodor Dreyer. It is probably the earliest film on this list. It is 1932. Really loved this one. And before I forget, spine number 437. Spine 437. This, even though it's in a big box, Barnes & Noble is actually selling this for $40 and then $20 on sale, just like the other three that I have here. And I was really glad to get a big box one. So you slide them out of their case. Yeah, there's a guy looking down at you. So you have Ooh, kind of forgot he was there. And you open it up, you got your booklet, and you got your Criterion C with the weather vane there. And your booklet. And the booklet's gonna have, yeah, Vampires, Ghosts, and Demons by Mark LeFou, Vampire and the Vampire by Kim Newman, some notes on the restoration, an interview with Brian Nicole de Goomberg, and about the transfer. So that's what this booklet is. Now, that's this booklet in this, but then you also have this book, Writing Vampire, the screenplay, and Carmilla. So this book is pretty thick, and from what I gather, like, introduction, and then it says the screenplay. Now that's not really how a modern screenplay looks. And I haven't read through this whole thing, but I'm betting that has to do with this being from the 1930s. And then Carmilla, underneath that, from what I gather, is a short story that helped inspire the movie. So this is really nice to have both those things there. In this little book, you get a nice amount of reading with your movie. So I'm going to take these two things and slide them back in their box. There they go. So Vampire, you get this guy named Alan, who is actually played by one of the producers of the movie, and he wanders into this town, and there's a vampire in the town, and he's kind of caught up in it. You know, and this family's being plagued by this vampire, and it's really surreal, you know, really dreamlike, and I really love this movie. Again, black and white, it is a little cloudy, but that's actually the intention of the filmmakers. They wanted to make a surreal, dreamlike movie, and his cinematographer accidentally exposed a reel to the sun, and the director's like, that's perfect, it's hazy. So this movie isn't all crisp and clear, but it's supposed to be where you see the film grain, and thank you, Criterion, for not fixing it and ignoring the point. This one is actually kind of a common one to find when you're looking through Criterion stuff. If you like an old, dreamy, surrealist vampire movie, I like it. It was actually originally written to be a black and white film, so it's a lot quiet, and then there'll actually be little spots of dialogue. So it is kind of a weird mix, but that kind of adds to the surrealistic nature too. Also, when you go into the settings, this movie is, I believe, French, and all the title cards are in French, and if you have the subtitles on, the title cards are black and white, and the subtitles are black and white, and it's hard to see the subtitles through the title cards. And Criterion actually went through and remade the title cards in English by themselves, and had them look as good as they could and as close to the original as they could. And if you don't speak French and you do the subtitle method, it's really hard. You have to pause and read, because it's hard to get all that information. I'd recommend turning on the English title cards rather than the subtitles, and they actually have a whole thing in there explaining that. But anyway, very good, kind of underlooked, old-timey classic horror film from the 30s. Anyway, so we looked at 4 today. I love the Criterion Collection, and I do have 4 more to share with you guys. So another video coming pretty soon where I'll look through 4 more Criterion Collection movies. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again, hopefully pretty soon. Anyway, take care. I'll see you guys in a bit. More horror, more DVD Blu-ray collections. So stick around. Have a good day.